Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wants a love reading. And I'm actually trading readings with this person. This is another psychic that I've been trading with, and their channel is just amazing. And I will link you guys to a couple of different channels at some point. But I want to keep this, and I probably will link you to this person's channel, but I want to keep this anonymous because, you know, it's personal. But at some point, I have a couple different psychics that I trade readings with, and they are amazing, and I know who's legit and who's not, so I will link you guys to some more channels if you're interested in checking anyone else out and checking into some any other vibes, you know. So this is a love reading, twin flame reading, soulmate reading for this person, and I just have to say that I read your story, and yeah, we are totally from the same soul family. I mean, it's just obvious to me. And I honestly feel like most of the people that have come across my path since my spiritual awakening are definitely from my soul family. But when I saw your channel, I just knew. I was like, wow, I was really drawn in by your energy. Like I said, sometimes I watch ASMR videos to fall asleep. And I've fallen asleep listening to your videos because I swear they're like so relaxing. Like your voice and your energy and your aura, it's literally intoxicating. And for me as a clairsentient, like people's energy hits me super intense. So people who have like a really loud, intense energy, like I start picking up those vibes from them. So if I like to be around very peaceful people. Most of my friends, I've found out, are actually deer totems. So they are all pretty much most of the people I attract into my life, and I like to spend time around are deer totems because they help me relax and they help ground me, and they understand me and like my open heart, and they're always gentle and sweet. And so shout out to all my deer friends. I know that my deer totem friends are watching this. I'm sure there's probably like at least 5 of you guys, so I love you guys and thanks for supporting me in this channel. But I just have to say, your story, I understand it. Believe it or not, it's very similar to what has happened with me, and I feel like, you know, it's just really hard falling in love with someone when you're a psychic and they're not. And they don't get it. And a lot of times we're going to attract people who are polar opposites, because that's just kind of how it works, you know, yin and yang, you know, black and white, you know, things are going to complement. And a lot of times with this twin flame connection, there's going to be a lot of polarity in any connection. So you're going to find probably that you're going to attract a lot of more logical and analytical and grounded people. And I think there's something that we have to remember here, which I wanted to say this to the last person I did a twin flame reading to, but I forgot. But I'm going to say it to you. You have to remember that not everybody is on the spiritual path. Not everybody is here to be on a spiritual path. Everyone, this is what I believe, everyone has their own unique way of seeing and viewing this world. And everyone has their own truth. And you might not understand the motives and the thoughts and the actions and intentions of others, but it just, whatever's happening in their life and whatever way they're viewing the world is meant to be. And sometimes you just want to shake people and you want to tell them, like, you don't have to fight, you don't have to struggle, like, just be yourself, like, just be authentic, just go with the flow, just surrender, just trust the universe. That's kind of what my whole channel is about. But, you know, everyone's going to have their own way, and, you know, we're going to look at people and think that our way is better than their way, and I have to be careful about that. Sometimes, you know, because I have so much I want to say, and I've had so much that's helped me in my life and my journey, but ultimately, one thing that might work for me isn't going to work for someone else, you know what I'm saying? So I'm making this point to say that it might be really hard, and you might feel really lost, and like this person doesn't trust you or doesn't believe you, but, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. I'm sure you believe and trust and have faith in this path, because when you're on this path, there's signs and there's messages and there's no way to doubt it, you know? And that's why you want to go shout it from the rooftops and you want to tell people about this amazing experience you've had. But he's having his own amazing experience in his own way, and he's going to view this world in his own way. He might not believe in God. He might just believe in nothingness and the void, and that's okay. So You know, there's a lot that's happened between you guys, and I think that I just think it's really funny. I feel bad to laugh at you, but it's such a twin flame story. It's such a twin flame story. This whole, like, I don't want to give it too many personal details away on here because I'm making this one public in case it helps someone, but I'll probably write you some more in the email. But it's just wow. Like, some of the stuff I read, I was just like, wow. What can I help you with here? You know, the last reading I gave you, I feel like there's a lot of hope in this situation, you know? I really do. I don't think it's over for you guys yet because of the cards I was pulling. And I feel like you know that too. That's kind of why you're still, you know, reaching out for more readings. So let's get into this. I hope you don't freak out right now, but this reading is starting off with a bang. Probably why I was a bit hesitant to start it, but this is your joined energy. I feel like Spirit is really calling both of you guys to maybe try to move on. Once again, not permanently, but I think that there's a soulmate that's coming into your life. And I think that this represents you. And this fire is like a sign that your passion and your light is growing. And so you're not going to realize it, but you're going to start attracting people your way, especially men. You're going to start attracting people your way because of this light. And I just have to say, you're beautiful. Like, you're a very beautiful person, especially if your energy attracted me like a moth to a flame, then you just have to know there's a lot of people probably being attracted to you. I bet you have to be really careful too, have boundaries, because I just don't think you're aware that your energy is literally that intoxicating. So I'm sure you've had to have very, very, very strong boundaries with people, especially in your line of work. And as a side note, you know, I've worked in the healing industry for years as well. I always, you know, worked with the elderly and infants, actually. I worked with babies for 12 years. And so that's another thing that you and I have in common. So this is just bizarre. But I wonder who this makes you think of when you see it. Is there someone that's come into your life that you've kind of been flirting with? Or that you've had a little crush on, or that you're feeling that little like flip-flop in your stomach when you're around them? This card says, it's the perfect time to reach out to that person who left such an impression on you. This is the next step. And it's saying, in this situation, you're being gifted with optimism, guidance, and clarity in your communication. So you might be nervous about like what to say, how to get the ball rolling, but obviously you're the kind of person that likes to take initiative. And so it might be you that kind of ends up doing the pursuing here in this situation, and that's okay. I feel like you're kind of holding a masculine energy currently. And that's okay. It's okay to come at this person and be like that. So I also feel like for him, there's someone who's come in his life he's been thinking about reaching out to and moving forward with. But I don't know if it's necessarily a love connection. It could be just a friendship or a soulmate connection. But he's going to be learning some valuable lessons. I wonder, is your twin a Sagittarius? You know? I just, actually, the other day I pulled the Sagittarius card, and the person I was doing the reading for was a Sagittarius, and like I called it, and I was like, dang. So now when I see this Archer, I'm always like, I'm just gonna throw it out. Or it could be that this person is the one you want to reach out to is a Sagittarius. I feel like this is the joined energy because you guys are starting to feel more like getting out because you both went through a time of like introspection and more like solitude, you know, time alone, deep thinking, and now you're ready to kind of get out and pursue relationships, friendships, new opportunities. So this is his energy. Not too bad. It's like, you know, doing readings in the middle of Mercury retrograde is always like really bizarre. Like I'm constantly, when I'm reading into the energy of each person in these love readings, I'm seeing that there has been a lot of catastrophe lately. You know, and people have been having to pull up their inner strength and really start making big decisions to take leaps forward to break certain karmic cycles. And so I feel like that's what's happening with him. He's like, I see this circle, it's like making me think of a cycle. I'm thinking that he's currently breaking these karmic cycles. And this card says that, he's at times really starting to, have these energy patterns of chaos and fear and drama. And he needs to start believing more in miracles. And I think finances have been really rough for him. And he's overwhelmed. And it's saying that going outside into nature is going to help him get grounded. And he is actually being given a way out. Some type of token, some type of gift, divine intervention is coming into his energy. So his energy right now is very mixed. It seems like the struggles of daily life have really been on his mind. But I also feel like there's someone he's thinking about reaching out to. And I don't know if this is a new love interest or if it's you. So let's pull a card. Let's be like, what's going on? Is there like a new love interest in this person's life? Or like, what's the deal with this? Okay. He's being called to take some type of leap of faith in his career. So maybe for you, I feel like I'm feeling this love thing in the joined energy because you're supposed to be reaching out to this person. Whoever it is that came to mind when you saw this card, reach out to that new friend. But I think he's supposed to reach out and make connections for his work, because this card has a lot to do with work and money and finances. So I think that perhaps he's met someone at work and he's supposed to take a step forward here, but he's being called to really take a big leap of faith. And so his energy is more focused on this. And you know what? I have been watching your readings a little bit, and I think you've even been talking a lot about how career is just a huge focus right now with the masculine. So this is very interesting. Your energy, of course. I pulled a receptivity card for you because you're totally like the perfect example of someone who is open and in that receptive mode, and you're like the perfect role model of balance and peace. So how beautiful is this? I never get this kind of stuff for people's energy. I'm always pulling like the death card and like, I don't know. Oh, look. Sagittarius. I just reached over and like not even thinking about it, just like split my deck because I'm like super ADD and I'm always like playing with stuff, and I've got like a crystal Anyways, interesting. What's going on with this? Who's a Sagittarius? I need to get more cards for other signs, because it's easy to like spot Sagittarius because it's like the Archer, and then like I have a crab card and I'm like, okay, that's Cancer, but and then sometimes I pull water cards and I'm like, okay, are you a Pisces, or like, but I need to get more like cards for the signs. Anyways, your energy. They're saying that what's going to help you be open right now, even more open, because I feel like you're being called to open to receive something right now. It might be this new connection. They're saying it's time to look inward and see what is out of balance. Have you forgotten how to play? Are you allowing time for friends and family? Are you focusing on worst case scenario or best case scenario? I don't think you're the kind of person that focuses on the worst case scenario. I'm sure you worry sometimes. A lot of us who are drawn to tarot are like overthinkers and worriers, and tarot is actually what helps us sort things out so we don't have to like worry so much. But I think the bigger message here is, playfulness. Trust that you're well taken care of, and shift your focus to playfulness. Sometimes people feel like that's super irresponsible to just play and like forget about your responsibilities, but sometimes in order to create space to be receptive, the best thing you can do is to go play. And this is my biggest trick. Whenever I come against a huge block or an obstacle, or I'm waiting for something and I'm like, oh, I just need to get that email and I'll finally know that this and that, and like you're just checking your email and you're like, when's it gonna come through? And my biggest trick is I'll go out in nature and with my partner or with whoever, and or like with friends, or like whoever is around, like just go out, or just by yourself, go out into nature and take deep breaths and just play and have fun. And if you have a pet, bring your pet. And, you know, when you come back and you check your email, it's going to be there, you know? A lot of times you're going to have that answer you're looking for. There'll be a shift. You really just need to create space, energetic space sometimes, by completely not thinking about things and getting your energy into a better place, you know? So sometimes I'll just watch a whole bunch of funny animal videos on YouTube and I'll laugh for like 20 minutes, and then after I feel better, and then, you know, I get some good news, or that problem that I had isn't bothering me as much anymore. So lift yourself up, use nature, and I think that since you're being called to reach out to this person and to make a move, this is some advice for you on that. It's saying, speak simply, clearly, and effectively. Persevere and be ready to try a new approach. Let go of all that limits your faith and abundance. Don't give up. There is a time for everything in life. I'm just going to call it. I think you're going to end up making a lot of money off of your channel. I think your channel is growing really fast, and, you know, you're going to be able to, I think you're going to end up coming out with your own card decks. I'm getting chills. That's, obviously, I want to do that too. I'm a psychic, so it's easy for me to know, like, maybe what some of your desires in that industry would be, but, no, I really feel like I am tapping into this, some of your intentions here. Like, you do want to make your own cards, and, I think that you're supposed to start charging for your readings and start charging more. And I think that this is really going to take off for you. I think that you're going to be writing more books. And this message that it just keeps repeating in my head, the end of this card, it says there's a time for everything in life. So your time is coming. Your time is coming. You have to know it. You need to be open for a big shift and for big change. And you need to be open for a lot of abundance. You know? Don't visualize in your head. Like, don't hold yourself back. Remember? This or greater. You know, when you pray, you say this or greater at the end. So, greater is coming your way. So, what's coming next? His feelings about union at present. Yep. So ultimately, he's the ball's in his court right now. And it's saying you're being asked to step into a leadership role in this situation. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the instinct to get through it. Show them all the way. I think this has a lot to do with the career and this leap of faith that he's going on. So it's like, this is what's taking his energy right now. But, I'm going to read this to you, okay? Because this is his feelings about union, okay? This card is the alligator card, and it says, know when it's time to lay low and conceal yourself until the right moment. Flying under the radar is the best way for you to get what you want right now. Patience is key at the moment. You will know when to move forward and go for it. Give yourself time to integrate the changes you have made, so you are ready to lead effectively. So that's what I feel. I feel like he's getting ready to step into like some type of leadership position in his career. So the croc is also the keeper of knowledge. That's what it symbolizes. So it's making me think that you're not really supposed to 100% know, unfortunately, what this guy's true feelings are about union. And I wonder if you've been able to really get an answer on that yourself. What I see is that he's having a spiritual awakening. And now what's happening is he's going through his dark night of the soul. But in the middle of this dark night, it's pushing all of this stuff up inside him. It's like this shovel. It's like he's digging deep. And he's starting to realize he has more hopes and more dreams for his life. And that he really does want to be successful and take things to the next level. And it's like there's this now or never feeling. There's a sense of immediacy to it. And I think it's because, you know, when you first have your awakening, it's just so intense. And you start to realize and become more conscious of your natural gifts and talents and like what your dreams and your hopes are. Like, I've always been the kind of person that's had big dreams and goals and hopes, but after my awakening I started to feel like, all right, I need to do this shit. Like, let's get out there. Like, let's make this happen, you know? That's what I did. This fire just gets lit. Your passion ignites. Your passion for everything. So I wonder, since your spiritual awakening, has your passion for this person grown? Your emotions, your feelings, everything gets a little bit more intense. And so I'm feeling like this guy, it's like he's just trying to hold the light. He's just trying to do what's best for him. He's very much an overthinker. And I just think he's very analytical. And but it's interesting. I feel like there is a way eventually, if this is meant to be, that this guy is going to be able to understand tarot. Because if he just understood that tarot is mainly just kind of like an extension of yourself and like a way to access your subconscious, and if he could understand like that, I feel like he would get it more. Like, I had a friend who didn't really understand tarot, but then I did a reading for them and they absolutely loved it. And then they went out and bought some cards themselves. And I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, this is not the person I would ever have thought would be doing tarot. But sometimes people just need to see for themselves. And, there's a lot going on out there about, some people say that it's like connecting with the devil, or that, a lot of people just have really weird, opinions about what this is. But you know what? It's different for every person. Every person perceives things in their own unique way. And each person that goes to tarot is approaching it for a different reason, and is going to have their own unique energy and their own unique way of communicating and explaining. And, you've just been given this gift of healing and communicating. This flew out of my deck, and this is really bizarre, but when I first got into, I don't even know, like meditation and healing and tarot and all this stuff, I did a meditation and I asked for my purpose. I wanted to know what my purpose in life was. And I had just learned about color symbolism. This is before I really got into animal totems and into flower symbolism and reading signs and all that. And I was revealed 2 colors, yellow and green, which I then decorated my entire place in and got really obsessed with. And they're my favorite colors now, and they're my colors. But this is what yellow and green means. It means fertility and growth, creativity, nature, and magic. That's green. And yellow is illumination, energizing happiness. And together, green and yellow mean heal and communicate. And so those are my gifts. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help heal and communicate. And when I asked, okay, well, how am I supposed to do that? I was told pretty much I can do it any way I want. Some people heal and communicate just by being who they are, and whoever comes across their path, they just uplift and are nice to. And some people do it by speaking in front of thousands and millions of people and being on TV, or being a musician and singing and traveling. Or some people do it by tarot, But basically, when you're given this gift of being a healer and a communicator, you're going to have the gift of gab. You're going to love talking, and you're going to love writing. You're going to be very good at that kind of stuff. And so you have this gift too, and it flew out of the card, and it just flew out of the deck. This card just flew out of the deck. And so that's why I'm thinking, yeah, you and I are very similar, like you said in the email, and that's why our readings are really resonating together. So I think it would be really cool if you and I did a Skype, a read together, where we both read a spread together, and you talked about the card, and then I talked about it. We could do a joint reading sometime. That'd be really fun. I just feel eventually, I feel this person could understand. I know you feel they think you're crazy because of this gift you have and who you are, and that's the worst part about being psychic or clairvoyant or whatever you want to call this, having the gift of gab, being an uplifter, being an empath, being a sensitive, being an artist. But you know what? The people that don't understand you, those aren't your people. And you might just be assuming here. I know you mentioned some incidents and some stuff that happened between you guys. But I just feel just continue to be who you are and continue to shine your light and continue to move forward with your your channel and who you are, and just putting your stuff out there, even if it doesn't make sense to you, and even if you don't even know what you're doing, because I don't even know what the heck I was doing when I started this channel, but look, it's here, and I've connected with you, and I've helped myself a lot. Like, this helps me stay motivated every day, just doing these readings and reaching out, and I've gotten a lot of readings in exchange that have helped me make really awesome decisions. One of them even helped me land a job. I was like, heck yeah, dude, like, you completely told me, like, to email this person, and like, it was crazy. I could tell you some crazy stories, things that have happened to me just from starting this channel. So there's going to be some blessings for you in what you're doing, and you know, as long as you're coming from the right place, and because everything is about intention, and you know that, you know, if you're coming from the right place, then you're going to be successful and things are going to work out for you. So you just need to hold the light. There's a duality in this message for you, saying that hold the light yourself, because have faith in yourself and your mind and your unique perspective and in the way that you've chosen to express yourself and your gifts. This person has chosen to express themselves in their own unique way, you know. I just think in the future, people are going to be doing all sorts of crazy things on the internet, you know, and you're just the first wave, and so it's weird to people, but like, over time, I think you're going to be very successful doing what you do, and I think you're going to have the last laugh. I think that's pretty much what I want to say. You know, have you looked at Doreen Virtue's channel? This is one of her decks. She's so crazy. She just started like writing all these spiritual books and coming out with all these decks, and now I'm pretty sure she's like a multimillionaire, and she has this beautiful house in Hawaii, and she absolutely loves what she does, and she's helped so many people. She's helped me. I love her meditations. She's just really sweet, and her decks are so beautiful and uplifting, and I don't know, what if you could be like that, you know? I feel like maybe that's where you're headed. Your heart is really in this. Your heart is really in this. So anyways, tangent, let's move on. So I feel so bad. My bird is like squawking. She like has been alone for like 2 hours, and I need to go like hang out with her. So I'm gonna try to get back into this, but then wrap it up. So, your feelings about union. Very good. Boundaries. You got the boundaries card. And then this card is all about saying that, you know, you are starting to feel more comfortable taking risks and seizing opportunities. And you have fortitude. You're having courage in the midst of this pain and adversity. And you're using your intelligence balanced with discreet silence and utmost patience and timing. I made this card to help me keep my mouth shut. It's kind of hard to explain, but I've learned about boundaries. I've learned how to not overshare now. I now have an outlet for my gift of gab. But along my earlier journey, I don't know, I just wasn't very good at that. And so learning about fortitude and realizing that sometimes it's important for you to be discreet and silent and have patience is very important. And I feel like that's what's being called for you here. You're not supposed to be reaching out to this person. You're not supposed to be saying anything, because they're the one with the ball in their court and in the leadership position. They've got stuff going on with their career. They're really changing, and they've just had this awakening. So it's very interesting. Also, there's a message coming through for you saying, we don't have to have a mainstream family to be successful. So I wonder if you have any separation with your family or a member of your family in any way. It's a message saying that, you know, there's going to be some people that will come to you, your soul family, you know, and you're going to be successful, and you're going to have a family, a type of family. And then they're also saying, as a creative, you can never be truly original. It is okay to appropriate. Just make sure that you give credit where credit is due. And don't plagiarize, you know what I'm saying? But basically, you might want to look at some other people's channels and get some ideas on how you want to run yours. You might want to look for inspiration on starting some other type of creative project, or line of work or something, and take inspiration from other creative people. And, you know, you don't have to be 100% original. That's what held me back for so long from starting this channel and from starting my styling career, is for some reason I felt like really weird and self-conscious about how I have to be like original or something. I don't know, maybe it's just like an Aquarius thing, but you know, I realized that I just thought like, oh, I'm gonna be a stylist, like, does the world really need another stylist? But it's what I really wanted to do, and it doesn't matter. And like, yeah, I've copied people. Like, a lot of the editorials I make, I've pinned pictures, and I've, you know, looked at old vintage editorials and like recreated things I like, and taken color palettes from some of my favorite painters. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to appropriate. It's okay to do that if you need to get ideas. Now, this is the fun part. What he knows that you don't. So, he's been thinking about you at night. I wonder if you feel his energy. That's what this card means. Every time I get it in a love reading in this placement, I'm always like, okay, this person's thinking about you for sure. Like, for sure. Probably every night. But he's very determined and focused right now. And there's a lot of chaos around him. When I pull Penguin, this little penguin's like, meep. Just kind of like overwhelmed, and it's a funny drawing. But it's basically, this is a card trying to give someone hope. It's basically like there's a light at the end of the tunnel card. So, like I said, there's a lot going on around them. Big decisions to make. There's been a period of darkness around them. That's what this is. You see the darkness around them? But this card is an omen that it's ending. And it says that they're really trying to move forward with their plans and dreams right now, and just focusing on handling like each small piece as it comes. It's very, very chaotic for them right now, but basically this card says it's the most chaotic before a big breakthrough happens. So, there is a breakthrough coming for this person, and it could have to do with you. It makes me wonder if perhaps there's going to be a perception change. I just think that, look, this is so you. There's like little crystal necklaces, and like, you're all pretty, you got your makeup done, cute outfit. You always have the cutest outfits. So, they're thinking about you. I feel like you're a catch. How could they not? So you just don't know that. You just don't realize that, you just know that this person is pushing you away because they are really pushing themselves away. They really have not come to that love for self yet. So it's very hard for them to have that unconditional love and like that connection with someone else. But things are changing. They've had an awakening. What do you know that he doesn't? You have decided you're not going to say anything else to him. And you're ready to take risks. You are, like, so many messages here about you, like, taking risks and doing something kind of wild. So you're feeling like facing your fears, and you don't care anymore. You're just like, you are starting to feel more safe and protected. You've let go of a lot of the barriers that you erected to protect yourself mentally and physically and emotionally. And you're starting with a clean slate here. And, it's really beautiful. You're really starting to feel like taking risks. And I think this has to do with putting yourself out there and reaching out to this person, like I keep talking about. I think that there's another really beautiful message coming through that has nothing to do with this, and I'm just going to read it to you. I think it has to do with this whole message I was getting about how you don't have to have a mainstream family to be successful. This wolf card also says, remember that we raised you. Your spirit helpers are always here. Call upon your guides in meditation today or simply acknowledge their presence. Isn't that so beautiful? Your spirit guides, they raised you. You know, they've gotten you through this. And these are two cards about meditation. So it's like he doesn't know that you have been healing this connection during meditation and how much work you've really been putting into it. And I think I pulled this in your last reading too. So that's just some stuff that they're unaware of. What does the path look like if you make a move? And what does the path look like if you don't? Okay, so just looking at both those cards, I'm going to say that you are doing the right thing right now and kind of just chilling. You're not supposed to be making a move of this. And I don't think he's going to be coming anytime soon. I think nothing's really happening between you guys right now. There's some type of soulmate entering your life, and there's something happening with him and his work, and he's having this awakening now. So you're going to feel a lot of shift, and that's what this is saying. If you were to reach out to this person right now, it would be really hard for you. It would probably be really hard on your body, and your energy. And you'd be going back and forth, questioning, like, if it was the right thing, you know? You'd be feeling like, because that's what this Koreatown card's about. It's about, like, there might be some days where you're going to be like, you know what, I'm glad that I reached out, and I'm glad that I said something. And then there's going to be other days where you're going to be like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And it's going to really mess you up. And I think that's why, you know, from the last interaction you had, that it's, as a, you know, clairvoyant, clairsentient, empath, it's a lot when you're, you know, allowing that energy in your life. And it's like, not right now, not why he's going through all this stuff, you know? Now, if you just waited, then I feel like this is saying you should just wait, because it says there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. And you know this, but at least it's good to kind of check into this energy. You know, everyone else I've done a reading for, I've been getting so neutral on this spread right here, but for you, I'm going to say you definitely should not reach out to him right now. It would not be good. You're going to need to wait. I don't know if you're going to need to wait for him to come to you. You might need to. I don't know if this is the kind of person that's going to take it well with you doing the pursuing. But, we'll see what happens. Don't you hate that, though? Because I'm the kind of person that pursues. I just pursue. I've pursued pretty much every single person I've ever dated. And, anytime someone pursues me, I don't know, I'm just bored. And I'm not, like, it's never usually the kind of people I'm into. It's, like, really weird. Like, the weirdest people seem to be attracted to me and pursue me. Not weird, but just, like, not my type. It's like, I'm like, why are you into me? That's weird. But, yeah, but unfortunately with this person, I feel like it would not be good for you to pursue them. Like, they like that. They're like us. They're like me. They're like, they want to pursue, you know? That might be part of it. Part of why there's something off here. You've done a lot of the pursuing, and don't feel bad about it, you know. Don't overthink that, but just know you're going to have to wait. Be patient. So, their feelings. They just feel like they're in this cycle with you. They don't know if they want to end this or start it again. They're changing their mind all the time. They're also saying, trust yourself, because you know, I feel like you kind of can tap into their feelings, and you know how much they feel for you. You wouldn't be thinking this is your twin, or that this is like a big deal, if it wasn't for the fact that this energy you feel here. So, he's trying to think of some type of creative solution, and it's making me wonder if that's why he's really focusing on his career right now. Because I think there's just a lot of work he's going to have to do on himself. I'm not thinking it's got to be perfect before union, but there's going to be a lot of work he has to do, and he's going to have to, he wants to move forward with his career so that he can kind of get that boost in his life, and he can kind of get more security and faith. And I think for a lot of men, it's a lot easier for them to pursue and to feel like more confident to get involved in a relationship when they've got that side of their life kind of figured out. So, when they feel more stable, and I think that's what it is, you know, it's hard for him right now. He doesn't feel stable, and, I think that he's going to be awakening to his creativity, and he's going to be awakening to his sensitive side again, and that's going to help him open up a little bit more. Look at this. Looking at this card, I'm going to read this one to you. A lot of what you imagine has a strong basis in reality, no matter how far off it may seem. You've been given prophecies in this form, so trust your insight. Allow your creativity to soar and follow your dreams. You are entitled to them and worthy. A way is being paved for you. It is. Makes me think, maybe you're not supposed to give up hope on this, you know? I feel so bad though, because I don't see any signs saying this is going to be anytime soon, but I'm also not seeing signs that you're like supposed to surrender and let go of this person and move on. But I do see that there's a soulmate you're supposed to be moving towards. So what's the deal here? This is so hard when you're conscious that this person's out there, but you have to move forward, you know? What's going on here? Like, what's the advice? Okay. They're saying you need to continue to have boundaries with this person, especially after everything that's happened and gone down. To put it simply, continue to have boundaries. Focus on, you know, even more on beautifying yourself inside and out, you know, letting your inner goddess out, because you're getting ready to attract someone into your life. You know, you're going to want to look your best. You already do, but you know, and feel your best inside and out. And it can be really hard, and you can feel very rejected after going through something like this, and it's just human nature to take that personally. But you have to remember, this isn't personal. This person's going through their own thing, their own awakening, their own dark night, their own shebang. You know how that path, you've been through it, you know what that's like. So while you're giving them that space, focus on you. And that's what this is. Focus on you. Focus on having boundaries, and you know, really uplifting yourself and feeling, look how beautiful the girl in this drawing is. I mean, you want to just feel like that goddess, you know? Okay, a lot of cards came out for you. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. They're saying there's a reason that you guys are not in union right now, and you guys are, the twins are separated. I feel like they really want you to meditate on this message, and to meditate as soon as you see it, because I'm getting like this sign for you to meditate here and this sign for you to meditate here. There's something that wants to come through, and I think this is also a message from Spirit saying, like, we see you. Like, we see you. We see, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing right now, and focusing on. These readings, these cards, this side of yourself, this gift you have. And here's another one, in case I didn't already say it enough. Believe in your mission and your soul purpose. Remember who you are. Honor and protect your truth. Do you remember imagining and playing pretend when you were little? Haven't I already pulled this card for you? I'm just gonna read it. Do you remember imagining and playing pretend when you were little? This is your natural and empowered state. Believe in the positive and wanted visions that you have and all that you wish for. The reason that you desire these things is because they are what is in alignment for you. It shall be. Get in touch with your dreams and desires. Celebrate them for they're here. Do a mood board, collage, or write. So, basically, they just want you to believe and have faith. This path can be so frustrating and confusing and annoying, but ultimately, you know, you're on the right path. Like, look at this, like Atlantis and shit, you know? I'm just kidding. The Lynx is the secret keeper. You've got secrets, you've got knowledge. Be bold and go forth and be who you are, and honor your truth and protect it. And I think that you're getting down on yourself because you're thinking too much about what this person assumes about you and what they think about you. And you have to remember that everything they think about you is just a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And anytime I catch myself, you know, judging and assuming someone, I just start reminding myself that I'm just projecting my own crap onto them. And it's all in my head, which is kind of sad. But, you know, we get so worked up sometimes, and it's all fabricated in our heads. So I hope that doesn't come out wrong. I hope, you know, I feel like you probably have a lot more knowledge than I do. I feel like you're very, very, like, you're way more down the rabbit hole than I am as far as spirituality goes. And I do get a little nervous doing readings for you sometimes because yours are just so good, but I appreciate all the compliments you've given me and that how accurate you think mine are. And I know you're telling me I need to be more confident in my readings, and I'm working on that and my self-esteem and stuff too. So, you know, both of us have to probably work on this. But this is so you. You're just this bold person, and the thing is, when you're bold, people are gonna misunderstand the hell out of you. Sometimes they call you a bitch, you know? Sometimes they call you all these names because people don't understand bold women, but this is you. And I feel like the reason this person might be a bit insecure about this relationship is because they are learning how to become bold themselves. They're learning how to pull up their own inner strength and hold their own light and how to become a leader. And it's not going to be until this person's able to do that that they're going to be able to have this union, because you guys unfortunately just aren't on the same level. And but I do feel a lot of hope here, you know, and I do feel this person is having a huge ego death right now. Huge ego death. And I feel like they're not going to be the same. The next time you meet up with them and see them, like, I feel like in a few years from now, they're going to be completely different. And so, you know, be thankful. You've definitely had a huge effect on this person in their life. And you could never 100% know, you know, exactly why certain things happen, but you guys do have this catalyst effect on each other. So right now, what I have to stress is that it's really important that you stay away from this person and give them that space. I don't think it's going to help you. I think it's really going to hurt you, even physically, if you connect with this person again. Not like he's going to physically assault you or anything. I just think that, you know, your energy levels and everything, it's, you know, your chakras and stuff, it can mess with some stuff. So be very careful, but you know, don't be fearful or anything. Just have faith, because I think what's happening is, you know, everything's lining up so that you can start this spiritual practice and this career of yours. I think everything's really starting to point towards your writing and your channel, and you know, it's really cool that you and I can actually uplift each other and give each other this confidence, because I don't know, sometimes I feel crazy, like, for being an internet psychic. I never thought, like, if you told me like 2 years ago that I would be doing card readings on the internet, then I would literally have been like, are you effing kidding me? I would never do that. But I love it. I think this is so fun, and it's giving me a lot of hope and faith, and gosh, wouldn't it be cool if my channel could be huge, and I could travel the world and speak to people and just do my readings and give people hope and tell people to have faith, and especially to tell people this. So I hope that this reading resonates with you, and thanks again for all the readings you've done for me, and I'm really, really inspired by you. So just continue your channel, please, at least for me, because I love watching it. So thank you again. Peace out.